Yeah, in Karnataka, this issue of hijab is very prominent.
Yes, sir.
So particularly with the reference to Karnataka. In Karnataka, is hijab prohibited? Not prohibited.
Okay.
In general, it is not prohibited. People are not prohibited from wearing the hijab. But under the 1983 Karnataka Education Act, schools and colleges have authority to power to determine the uniform of their choice, including the extra things. Then it was only prohibited
In public
only in the
premises.
schools and colleges. So there it is not prohibited in the outside the school. So outside the school you can wear anything.
Also in private it was not prohibited. This prohibition was only in government schools, I think so.
In the schools only.
Yes, okay.
Schools and the
Also
colleges,
private
the
and-
university colleges,
Private and
everywhere.
public. Okay, sir.
Based on this constitutional provision, that is the legal provision, 1983 Karnataka Education Act. So, as per the requirement of the bureaucratic line of thinking, what you say in the introduction first line, in general in Karnataka, hijab is not prohibited. But the 1983 Karnataka Education Act is saying that the schools and colleges have authority to power to determine the uniforms, and accordingly in the schools only it is prohibited, because if hijab is permitted, other people of other communities will also start wearing their own dresses. Hence, to ensure a uniformity of appearance of the people, it is prohibited in the schools, which was supported even by the judiciary also. So that would be your proper presentation of that. So, what ultimately I wanted to make you to understand is, it is prohibited in the educational system, but not in the outside life, society.
Okay.
Right. So that should be the practice actually. Schools, as far as schools are there, when they have prescribed certain uniform, that uniform must be followed.
Okay.
Nothing extra, nothing less.
Okay.
Right. So on those lines, if you give the answer, your answer will be neither leftist, nor rightist, nor centrist also.
Okay.
It would be bureaucratic,
Okay.
which is politically neutral.
Yes.
So
what
it should also be public interested.
They asked in one of the interviews, they asked me, what is your view on hijab as a concept?
So again, this will help you to answer that.
Okay.
Public interest. You should always be thinking from the public interest point of view.
Okay.
So it is, hijab is a practice by some communities. So I don't have any personal interest in that regard.
Okay.
So it should be in general, that particular practice should be allowed.
Okay.
Right. And as far as schools and education institutions are concerned, according to the dress code of that institution, it should be either allowed or not allowed.
Okay.
So it is not a matter of allowing the women or not allowing the women to have their sartorial choices. It should be left to the women themselves.
Okay.
Suppose in Iran, there is a movement against the hijab.
Yes.
And in Karnataka, there is a movement further hijab.
Correct.
So it should not be decided by the state
Should be.
whether women has to wear a dress or not to wear a dress, particular dress. It should be left to the freedom of choice
Okay.
and according to the institutional requirement. Suppose when you go to office, you cannot go to an office in the informal dress, right? You have to wear a formal dress. There is a sartorial choice. The choice of dress is always there.
Okay.
Suppose when you go to the interview, you are not going in a short, you are going in a full suit.
Yes.
Because though you have a choice of freedom, but still you are following certain institutional requirements.
Yes.
So according to the institutional requirements, you respect them. You are supposed to respect them. So that is the public interest. So the moment when they ask you any question, these 3 points should be run in your mind, and accordingly you should answer. Then that answer would be very stable, balanced, and not favoring any community, and would be according to the requirements of the Constitution.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Do you have any doubts? You can ask.
No, sir. I have asked
Yeah.
whatever I have. Thank you so much, sir. It was very pleasure.